And welcome back to part 12 of Love Naruto Ate a Devil Fruit, the Kage Kage no Mi edition. Last time on Naruto What If, the 7-year Dragon Ball Z 3-year time skip had happened. We had the kidnapping of the Kage Kage. Naruto did come in, save the day. Everything ultimately was taken care of. Gaara was safe. And really, it kind of changed up the narrative quite a bit because Sasori was the one who went to go see his spy, who he didn't realize was dead because Orochimaru kept feeding him information, and was ultimately killed by Orochimaru, who took him for his own nefarious plans. Sasuke's in the village. There was no need to have that entire arc. Now, Danzo did get to have a little bit of his way. While Sai is not a permanent fixture of Team 7, he is now a rotating member of Team 7. But we now cut ahead to the Akatsuki Hidan arc. So it would start, obviously, with the Two Tails being kidnapped, taken, all that. They would run into Team 10. I believe that's what Azuma's team is. Would run into them, and Azuma would die. And we would cut to the village after the fact. Everyone's mourning it. Everyone's mourning the loss of Azuma. And Team 10, Shikamaru specifically, is looking for revenge. Or looking to get payback for Azuma. But there's not a key difference, but there's a difference that's going to happen here. Because Shikamaru was taking his time factoring things in, and Naruto was busy training with the Wind-style Rasen Shuriken. At this point, Naruto already has a Wind-style Rasengan. He is trying to push the Rasen Shuriken, but I think he's still having a little tough go of it without murdering himself. Like every time he pushes himself to it, he tries to use his shadow with it. But unlike the Wind Rasengan where he can do it, here it's like for some reason the amount of energy he needs for his shadow is too much. The chakra's too dense. He can't do it. And that's actually a big reason why the Wind Rasen Shuriken couldn't be thrown initially until he did use Sage Modes, because Pa described the chakra as being super dense. And here, Shadow, while he can give it more physical form in the real world now, it's still super dense, and it's like, what's the best way to put it? It's like if you were to hold a yardstick out and balance an apple. Difficult, but you can do it. Okay, now try balancing a grapefruit. Bigger, but you can do it. Well, now try balancing a watermelon. Like, okay, you're going to snap the stick. It's like the amount of density and weight kind of just causes the shadow to snap. So Naruto's still working on that. But to the point, I think there comes a point where Shikamaru is wandering, and he's wandering. He sees Naruto training, and he just sees him training with a shadow, and he decides to actually go and talk to Naruto. Now, someone did bring this up, and I had intended it, but I'll be honest, I didn't forget about it. It was just finding the right place to talk about it. The Nara's shadow manipulation abilities versus Naruto's shadow manipulation abilities, and what they're perceiving about that. I think the Nara, while lazy, are very smart, and smart enough to know that Naruto didn't steal anything from him. He just somehow gained shadow abilities. And so Shikamaru goes to talk to him and say, hey, Naruto, Shikamaru, hey, how you doing? Well, it's fine. I just been wandering, thinking, and Naruto kind of stops and thinks, well, yeah, it can't be easy. And his shadow returns to him. Since we're here, I've been meaning to ask you, how did you gain this ability, this shadow ability? The only ones, honestly, and mostly known in the Great Nations who can do it is my clan. As he kind of shows off shadow possession, the shadow threads. As Naruto saw the shadow threads, he knows about that. But Shikamaru nods about the fact Naruto was able to manipulate his shadows even further. And now Shikamaru was just asking the question, like, how did you? He's like, Naruto just kind of, I ate a fruit one day. Shikamaru, to his credit, is like, you ate a fruit? You know what? Knowing you, that would be how it happened. And then it took a while. It took a while to really get control, but I mean, it allows me to do some real cool things. And he separates his shadow, kind of waves at him, and Shikamaru's I could definitely use some help with that. I mean, the shadow possession can only get me so far. And I was like, well, I mean, I can help you out. It's like, I can help you out. I can at least explain to you how I do it. And so Naruto and Shikamaru are kind of trading stories about the shadows and how to use them. Shikamaru demonstrates the shadow possession jutsu, though Naruto just separates his. Naruto's shadow immediately just grabs his. Naruto's is like a supreme shadow counter to Shikamaru. It's like, haha, I grabbed your shadow. Yoink, thanks for your shadow. And Naruto explains that, yeah, I could easily get out of this if I wanted to. I can also do this, and all of a sudden the shadows come off the trees and attack him. And Shikamaru's like, how the hell? Well, I mean, it's not really that hard if you think about it. You manipulate your own shadow, but you're connecting with someone else's shadow. The idea would be to impart your chakra into the chakra of into the shadow that you're taking possession of. And then you not just take possession of that shadow becomes yours. And Shikamaru is thinking about this, and he starts practicing with it. And it gets to the point where, similar to Naruto, he can do what Naruto does, but he needs to use his chakra a lot more than Naruto does. Naruto, it's almost not a needed thing. He only ever needs to use his chakra when it comes to jutsus involving his shadow. That's when chakra really needs to be utilized. Shikamaru was thanks for his help. It's like, so what are you going to do? Nothing major. Why? Nothing. Why? It's like, yeah, Naruto's like, you're going to do something. And Shikamaru just kind of has a coy smile. He's like, maybe. And so Team 10 gets ready to leave. Kakashi joins them. Kakashi's not training Naruto this time around, so it's fine. And they go out and they go to take on Hidan and Kakuzu. Now, Shikamaru gets to have a lot easier time with Hidan here, and even to a degree with Kakuzu. Although there's not a lot of extra shadows in that area. It was a lot of dead trees with no foliage. It wasn't until Shikamaru was able to get Hidan into that forest that he was really able to start using some shadows, which was, guarded by his clan. Naruto, Sasuke, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Sai all show up. Sorry, and I got a little bit of a sty right now, which is really annoying. Not a major one, unfortunately, but just enough that's irritating. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, that basically Team 7, including Sai, show up because it's the official backup team here. Naruto and Sasuke basically counter Kakuzu's collaboration ninjutsu with their own. And Naruto decides to demonstrate the Rasen Shuriken. He hasn't actually used it before, but he uses it for the first time. His shadow, like I said, it's similar to like the yardstick and the apple. He can balance, the amount of weight on there. Like, you could actually, the watermelon thing, no joke, do it right. You can't balance a watermelon on a yardstick while it's in your hand. You just have to be so close. It's the weight distribution that's the problem, the density of things. So Naruto can kind of get the Rasen Shuriken like a foot or a meter away before it just collapses in on itself. And that's about the distance he can. He has to put a lot of chakra into it. But he ultimately does. He tags Kakuzu. Naruto, because he was able to do that, is able to mitigate a lot of the damage on his hand. Although there's still damage to his hand. Fortunately, it's nowhere near as bad. He's able to heal up fine. But Tsunade, after the fact, does say, yeah, don't use this technique. Everything goes down as well. Kakashi still hasn't demonstrated the Mangekyo Sharingan. And we're now in a very interesting spot. This would have been the time where Sasuke killed Orochimaru, took his body, and went off to go get Itachi and make Team Snake. That isn't what obviously happens here. So what does happen here? Orochimaru still is spending time working with Sasuke's body. I don't think he has any immediate plans to try to take Sasuke at this point, because even if he tries to go after Sasuke, Sasuke's A, very strong, but B, usually not by himself. He would have to wait until Sasuke is vulnerable and or alone. So what happens instead? Well, as I usually say, Itachi, knowing his time is coming to a close, does persuade Sasuke to find him. And not persuade, but sends the message to the hawk with the crow, with the crow in the middle of the night clan compound to, come find me, let's settle this. Now, Sasuke, although this time around, does tell people, and they devise. My grammar today is terrible. Not even my grading. grammar. My word choice today is shit. They devise, I think that's the right word I'm looking for here, concoct, they create a plan. Sasuke goes ahead. We'll put everyone at ease. But then Team 7 follows behind them, and then Team 8 follows in suit as well. And only about a mile off. That way they're not so far out that they can't help. Sasuke runs into Kasame, who lets him pass. Unfortunately, Kasame is not someone that Team 7 and 8 can just get by. And so they have to be duking it out with Kasame for a while that's going on. Most of Sasuke's fight still goes the same. His Sharingan overpowers Itachi's Sharingan. He tries Kirin, it doesn't work. But the difference here is Itachi doesn't need to use the Susanoo, the Tusca Blade on him. And so Itachi lasts a bit longer, but not by much, and I doubt he's really going to actually take his eyes. We knew Itachi was never going to actually take Sasuke's eyes. Honestly, even if he took Sasuke's eyes, he was still going to die, let's be honest. I don't quite understand where the idea of taking your brother's eyes and getting the eternal Mangekyo was going to stop the disease. But to be fair, that was probably all the story he was making up for Sasuke at the time anyway. Meanwhile, though, the Kasame Team 7 and 8 fight is getting really annoying. Now, should note, could Kakashi beat Kasame? Legit. We know Guy beat Kasame outright, but only after he used the Afternoon Tiger, which wasn't chakra, it was sweat. But could Kakashi? Because Samahata's going to absorb a lot of his techniques. Ultimately, yes, we do know that there are techniques that, like elements that Samahata does not like to consume, like fire. It doesn't like to consume that. And he has no counter from Mangekyo. So if he uses Kamui, Kasame would be screwed, but Kakashi's not going to do that. Meanwhile, though, Kasame's probably just having a ball. No one is really able to get a beat on him. Anytime Shino tries to summon insects, he just summons water, or his sword just cleaves through the insects. And then Naruto's shadow, for what it's worth, isn't chakra, so it is able to kind of bypass and hold the Samahata down until it gets bigger and just bursts out of there. It's like, oh, you're becoming a bit of a problem, Ninetales, but you've gotten stronger, I'll give you that. And he just rushes past them. It's like, I guess I'll start by taking those arms! And just boom! And just what? It's like, sorry. And there is just this shining shield of dust swirling around Naruto, who's activated a seal on his hands to just summon it out from the storage seal he has it in. This is where is it called Jinton release? Magnetic release. We know it's called I can't remember what the actual name is. Hold on, magnetic release. What's that called exactly? Magnetic or release. What is that actually called? I know it's called magnet release, but what's the Jinton? I did get it right, Jinton. So with Jinton, we know that using magnet release, you can create particles and manipulate particles at your will. Gaara manipulates sand, Espada manipulates gold dust. The third Kage Kage manipulated iron, sand. Naruto's, though, I decided to be a little bit more unique. Something that's far more durable than sand, but that would not be as easy to just say use lightning release or something that hurts, something that would negate metallic elements. And so, thanks to Jiraiya being very rich in their travels, Naruto has diamond dust in his seal, the hardest naturally occurring substance in the world. And when you factor in that Gaara's defense without diamond in it is still nigh impregnable, and you now add in the durability of diamond itself, now you have a nearly unblockable shield that Kasame can't do. Yeah, there's magnet release technically in it, but I don't know if Kasame's Samahata can actually absorb magnet release. I don't think it can. Point being, though, Naruto suddenly just summons Diamond Dust and starts attacking Kasame, hardens it into like a diamond blade, and they go toe to toe for a bit. Naruto summons a bit of Fox Chakra. His shadow Kasame tries to. He goes for Kasame's shadow, but Kasame is not stupid. Cleaves the ground and summons water, and now summons water clones. It's only until Zetsu comes up, saying, "Oh, what's up? What do you want?" It's like Itachi is dead. What? What do you mean Itachi's dead? It's true. Sasuke killed him. Oh man, this was just getting good. Another time then, kids. I'll be sure to play with you later. And Kasame basically uses whatever disappearing jutsu he can to get out of there. Now this next part is very important. Obito might try to intercept Sasuke, but I don't think Sasuke is like down and out, exhausted the same way he is in the original, because he was literally spamming his chakra, using the curse mark. Without the curse mark, he was pretty much now just drained dry, because he was overusing, because he had that backup reserve he knew he could rely on. Here, that's not the case. Sasuke definitely went all out, but he's not completely tired yet. And so, and Naruto in the game made sure to be close enough that they could try to get to Sasuke, or should be able to get to Sasuke if they can. Naruto even sends his shadow out forward. That way, when the shadow gets there, it can give Naruto a signal, trying to replace himself with him. Speaking of which, Obito's there, tries to bring Sasuke with him, only for him to, stuttering a little bit, hear a whirling sound of Rasengan, just, and he has to go into Kamui to turn intangible. Just, damn it! And then and here's another problem for like a lot of these people. Kamui, Kamui, I'm trying to remember, and correct me if I'm wrong. This is one of those times I'll retcon what I say in the next one if I'm wrong. When he's in like intangible mode, is he still casting a shadow? Because his physical mass is gone. But I would imagine he is, because he's not transparent. If he were transparent, then he's probably not casting a shadow then. But if he's not transparent, he just has no physical mass, then yeah, by all accounts, he can have his shadow stolen. To which, he's intangible, he can't really interact with the world. He sees the shadow comes with like a chakra claw, or a shadow clone comes and just no. So Obito goes and is done. Seriously, it's scary how much this one fruit could screw up the entire story of the show. And so Obito is now freaking dead. Like, he burns into flames and everything. And Naruto now has that soul in there as well. So they get Sasuke out, they take the body, and to be fair, I don't know if Kakashi would recognize the older Obito. He knew, because of everything that was happening, dialogue, he figured out it was Obito. But did he recognize Obito? I can't remember if he recognized Obito or not, because Obito still kind of looked similar to just an older version of himself, but between the scarring on his face and the fact he had aged up, his deeper voice, maybe Kakashi would get flashbacks to Obito. Maybe that's what would happen. But Obito, I don't know. Maybe they do a DNA test, see that it is in fact Obito. Like, it's Obito after all these years, and Sasuke and Kakashi is just reeling from that, like, just trying to figure out how the hell he lived. Obito's body's brought back, everyone's brought back, and Zetsu now is like, oh shit, like this is how the hell. And so Zetsu goes back, and it's now only Konan, Deidara. Deidara probably would have shown up. Well, no, in the original Deidara showed up, but here, Deidara's probably still around. Deidara, Konan, Zetsu, and Pain are the only members left of Akatsuki. They're all dead, including Obito. And so Zetsu was just like, yeah, he took it. The Nine Tails Brett he killed him outright. It's like he killed him outright. He took his shadow. It's like the rumor say he can take your shadow. Once he takes your shadow, you just die. You burst in the flames, dead. It was insane. It was unbelievable. It seems the Nine Tails really has become a problem. I will deal with him myself. If anyone could, it would be you. And then they all kind of turn, and they're emerging out of the shadows because, yeah, he's got his own shadow abilities too, probably. At least something like akin to a Dryad, melding from the ground, is Orochimaru, who snuck into the ring. It's like, Orochimaru, what are you doing here? Oh, please, now, good leader of the Akatsuki. I come bearing no harm. I've come to aid you. As you claim you want the Nine Tails, I can give him to you. I know. You forget, I'm a former ninja. I'm the former ninja. In fact, the only ninja you have remaining who was once a leaf ninja. I know all the tricks to get in there without being seen. And once you're in there, you'll be able to take the Nine Tails for yourself. And what do you gain out of it, Orochimaru? Oh, I want nothing. Nothing from you. Except a promise that when it's all said and done, you'll deliver me one thing. Sasuke Uchiha. Keep in mind, Orochimaru, by all accounts, should be at the end of his 3 years for the not reanimation, but body. I can't remember the name of it actually. What was the name of it? I never remember the name of this thing. Is it the White Snake something? Orochimaru body swap technique. Body transfer technique. Living corpse reincarnation. That's what it's called. Living corpse reincarnation technique. And Pan's like, you want a single body. And to which Zetsu says, oh, what's wrong, Orochimaru? Are you looking to just live forever? That is the goal, of course. Your immortality will mean nothing after when we obtain the tail base. Well then, this seems this is a win-win situation for you, isn't it? And they hesitate and pause. And Datara is like, I don't trust him. You killed my man Sasori. Now me and him didn't agree with a lot, but I still respect him as an artist. Why should I trust what you say? You wouldn't, Datara. But then again, you're not the one I'm talking to, are you? And Datara just fires bombs at him. It's like, Datara. And Nagato, for what it is just kind of like, let's see how this plays out. And all of a sudden, boom, and it's a minor explosion. Not enough to, they're in the room they are in the original. And it kind of shakes like the roof off. But they're all kind of surprised, except for Pain, whose eyes aren't widened, but more narrow. Just like, that blessed snake is dangerous. As iron sand is around Orochimaru coming out of... Honestly, you know what would be cool? That purple belt he wears. Imagine it's hollowed out and has iron sand in it and it pops out the sides. That'd be really cool. And so he'd always have it on call. I'd say, a little gift from your parting friend Sasori. It really wasn't that hard to figure out how magnet release worked. But now that I have it, the iron sands of the third Kage Kage belong to me and me alone. And it's like that Datara, and Nagato's finally like, or Pain, is just telling him to stand down. That's enough. Very well then. Sure. Then I get the Nine Tails myself. But I want one more favor from you. And what's that? You will bring me the 8 Tails. Is it the 8 Tails? That foolish rapper B, because he knows about it. We learned that he did sabotage the previous Jinchuriki. He's been to the cloud a couple times, so it's like very well. I'll show you the way to this leaf. You get the 9 Tails. I'll get the 8 Tails, and we'll be even. Is that my understanding? Indeed. Very well. Then he holds out his hand. And Nagato, not liking him, but still being respectful, shakes his hand, and they're good to go. And so, that is the end of part 12. Oh, I'm an ass. I'll leave it on the big cliffhangers. So I initially said probably another 3 episodes. That might still hold true, but we'll see, because honestly, Initially when I planned this out, I wasn't thinking about Obito. It wasn't until like near the end phases of getting ready to do this video, I'm like, holy shit, he could take Obito's shadow because the Kamui shouldn't get rid of his shadow. And I'm like, oh shit. And because his shadow swapping ability, Naruto's, acts pretty much like Flying Raijin, yeah, he could easily like throw his shadow ahead and just get there in time to save Sasuke. And with Obito gone, like the war, look, I'm not saying the war's off, but it may very well be off because Obito's the one who declared war, for God's sake. But that's neither here or there. We'll come back next week with the attack on the cloud and the attack on the leaf. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks next time. Later. Oh, and Jiraiya's dead. Sorry, should have known at that point. Yeah, Jiraiya still got killed by Pain. I don't see that not happening. Anyway, this would have, the whole him meeting with Pain would have happened after the fact. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. See you later.